All right, we're back live as the New York Jets have done what Jan predicted that they would do, and that's move back into the first round. Jan, we're about to get the pick any minute, any second now, but before we do that, what was the trade?
Sure. Jets trade pick 35,
Okay.
69, and 163.
What rounds?
Sound familiar from what I said earlier?
What rounds?
Rounds 2, rounds 3, and round 5, I think.
What was that last one?
163.
And what did we think that could be for?
And
Jabo?
we thought it was for 23, but they ended up getting picks 26 and 101.
Oh, so they got 26 and 101. Oh, what's 101?
Right. Fourth round, I think.
Okay, that's not bad. So we moved
And
up.
the Jets pick is already in, by the way.
All right, so the Jets moved up 9 spots. Do you know who that pick is yet? Okay,
Yes,
so
I
they
do.
moved up 9 spots, and they end up giving away a third and a fifth, and they get a fourth back. Okay, all right. So here are the players
They got a third back, right? So 69 is top end of the first round. 101 is one of the supplemental picks in the third round.
Oh, so 101 is the third round.
End of the third round.
Okay.
And 169 is towards the back end of the 163 is towards the middle of the fifth round.
Okay. So,
and you want to know the pick?
Well, wait, let me see. So what was left on the board? You had a bunch of pass rushers. You had Johnson, Ajabo, Karlaftis, Mafe, Ebikidi. You had Wyatt at defensive tackle. You had Dean and Lloyd at linebacker. You had all the safeties you want to choose from. And you had Raymond at tackle. So is it one of those guys?
It is.
Okay. Is it an edge rusher?
It is.
Okay, so it's either Johnson, Ajabo, Karlaftis, Ebikidi, and Mafe. Is it Johnson?
It is Johnson.
Hey! Wow, that's awesome, dude.
Joe Douglas has, in my opinion, hit it out of the damn park today.
How about that?
We talked about Jermaine Johnson at number 10. And look, we had texted earlier, and you thought maybe there's something wrong with Johnson, which very well might be the case.
Yeah,
that caused him to slide back.
And I guess what I was meaning to say also in that was that's if the Jets don't actually go and get him, there must be something wrong with him. Obviously, there's not.
26 for a guy who you thought about getting at number 10. So you got yourself your speed corner. You got yourself your speed at your wide receiver, and you got yourself your edge rusher all in the first round.
How about that?
How about that?
That's pretty damn awesome. So
Joe Doug, and by the way, what they gave up and what they got back, because you and I talked about going 35, 69, and maybe something else to get up to 23, right? They did do 35. They did do 69. They did do 163, and yet he was able to somehow also get 101 back.
Yeah. And that's basically an early fourth rounder?
End of the third. It's a supplemental pick at the end of the third.
Yeah, end of third, beginning of fourth. Okay.
Correct.
Which is nice.
Correct. Very nice.
And they move up and got a guy that was clearly.
And Johnson runs a 4.58 40. So
that's awesome. Wow. Look, players there were going to be players that were going to slip in this draft because there was so much talent and parity. And that's the Jets just took advantage of one of those talented players slipping.
They did. It's been an interesting draft. I mean, Kyle Hamilton lasted 14. Look, my opinion, the other team that's really done very well. Look, I don't know if you saw AJ Brown got traded today. 4 years, $100 million, right? So in my opinion, I sent to a friend of mine, well, Deebo Samuel's now got John Lynch on speed dial going, pay me, after seeing what AJ Brown just got.
And the Jets don't have to worry about that because they have a rookie receiver.
Exactly. Baltimore ended up taking Hamilton at 14, so it was one of the guys that we talked about, right? And the guy you talked about as a guy who the Jets might want to trade up for if they really wanted an offensive lineman was Lindenbaum. And they took Lindenbaum at 24.
You know what was very weird about when I saw that is that Baltimore had a huge need at center. And then when you did your homework, you looked and you saw it, but Baltimore's offensive scheme had power centers. And so people were like, well, Linderbaum doesn't fit with Baltimore because he's an athletic center. He's not a power center. Interesting how that went. I gotta find out why Baltimore felt that Linderbaum was a fit for them. I mean, they clearly needed a center.
Yep, and another trade, the Bucks Jaguars traded up from 33 to 27. So everybody seems to be moving out of the first part of the second round and into the back end of the first round.
So the Jets don't have a pick now to 101 or no? Yeah,
no,
101.
38.
Oh, they still have their second round pick.
Still have 38.
Okay, yep. So that means what's left for the Jets then? 38,
101, and I think it is 144 or 146. Give me a minute. Take a second.
Okay, so the Jets trade
146. 101 and 146 to have left.
35.
They have 38, 101, and 146 left.
40. Okay, so 111 and 117. What happened to those two?
I don't think we ever had 111 and 117.
That's what I have written down here, what you told me.
No, I don't think so. Hold on, give me a minute. Hold that thought. I'll take another look. Sorry. Sorry, you're right. They have 111 and 117. I'm sorry. You are correct. I am completely mistaken. Sorry about that.
Okay, so they.
Yes, they have 35, 101.
No, they don't have 111. They traded 30.
Sorry, so 38.
38.
101.
101.
111.
117.
117 and 146.
And 146. Okay.
So they have one pick in the second, one pick at the back end of the third, 2 picks in the upper part of the fourth, and the third pick in the fifth round.
So most of their picks.
You know what?
Except for the third round. Well, if you look at it this way, they have 3 early round fourth rounders.
They got 3 first rounders. They got 3 first round picks and 3 guys who probably could have been top 12 to 15 in talent.
Yeah, and they still have pick 38 coming.
Still have pick 38 coming.
And pick now, what's left is they could the top linebacker tackle is still available. Rain Man. The like you just said, the linebackers and the safeties, Dean and Lloyd, are still available.
Nope, Devin Lloyd just went.
Okay.
So Devin Lloyd just went to Jacksonville. That's who they traded up to get.
So Dean is still available. And there's a bunch of other really good linebackers, but Dean's at the top of the list. And then all safeties are still out there.
Correct.
Brisker, Hill, Seen, and Petrie. So they're going to get another good player.
I got to be honest with you. Gotta love what Douglas has done so far. I mean, I don't know, on paper. Obviously, still has to play itself out on the field, but if Johnson can be as good as we thought he might be, and a guy we considered at 10 to get him all the way down at 26, pretty good.
Yes, and that's why when you think about it, when they didn't get the edge rusher at 10, well, it worked out because we got Wilson and Johnson anyway. So that's awesome. That's great. That's terrific. That's amazing. That's terrific.
Oh, we also got Reed in the offseason, so that helped the defensive backfield also. So,
and of course, Joyner comes back after being injured last year, so that's good. You know, Davis really needs to take a step. This is it for Davis. He either takes a step up or he's just a player.
So the defensive line now looks like Carl Lawson, Quinn Williams, John Franklin Myers, and Jermaine Johnson.
That's it. And then all the depth.
Right. And Mr. Myers gets to slide inside, doesn't have to worry about being outside.
Correct. See, Cam Thomas is another guy just like that, but I don't think they need any more defensive linemen. But if they were thinking about another defensive lineman, I think he would make the most sense because he could play both inside and outside. But yeah.
Pretty
I'll say,
good.
let's see. I'll say Dean is on my top list. I'll take any of the. I guess in the order of safeties, I would go Hill, Brisker, Petrie, Seen, and Rain Man. I don't know how you pronounce it exactly, Rahman, because it's not Rain Man. But I think what is he, Austrian or something like that. But he's again, that's all if the Jets feel like they need to add another tackle. Just in case.
I would think
wouldn't be a bad idea.
I think they're going to add an offensive lineman. The question is where.
Wouldn't be a bad idea.
Remember, you have 35, and now you got to wait till 101.
So,
right?
So based on,
but remember, Douglas is a guy who thinks he can get out. Remember, they took the kid out of NC State. Unfortunately, who got hurt in the 4th round. Right? Was it Clark who got hurt? He was a 4th round pick. Right? So Douglas has no problem waiting, and we've seen you can still get a lot of talent in the offensive line in the 4th round.
Yeah.
So I would kind of think they go linebacker at 38. It's kind of my view.
Well, the problem is that they haven't any of those. I don't think any of the guys outside the 1st round have had success. I mean, really, besides Vera Tucker, he hasn't had a lot of success drafting offensive linemen so far.
Well, I mean, with Clark, you don't know because he got hurt, right? So it's kind of hard.
And Becton, yeah, they both got hurt.
And Becton, right? And Becton was a 1st rounder.
So let's see if we're taking a look at our lad's talent board left. You have Devontae Wyatt, who I really like. He's a defensive tackle. You got Nakobe Dean. Let's see, Mafe. Yeah, that's it. Those are the top 3 guys left as far as 1st round talent on the R-Lads board. And then Rayman is just outside, pretty much. So is Brisker. So, yeah.
Yep.
It's awesome. It's just, this is just going to be a tremendous, and they still have all these picks left.
35, 111, 117, 146.
That's crazy.
Sorry, 38.
Because they could trade up again if they want to at some point.
They could.
Because again, this is about, as we said, this is about trading up and getting talent.
Well, you get a guy like Dean at 38. You're in pretty good shape.
That would be nice.
I don't know if he'll slip that far. I mean, Devin Lloyd went 27, and 28 was Devontae Wyatt to the Packers.
Oh, so Wyatt is gone.
Yep.
So that means how many more picks before the Jets go?
4 picks in the 1st round.
No. How many more picks before the Jets go?
6.
6?
Sorry, no, it's more than that. Sorry, they got to go from there's 10 because they're at 38.
Okay.
Because they traded from 35.
Yeah, Dean probably won't be available.
I can't see him lasting that far.
And then with
but we'll see.
all the depth at linebacker, you can grab one of those guys in the 3rd round. Because there's a gap after Dean. So I probably looks like safety. I'd say safety, unless they go with the kid from Central Michigan.
So you have 38, and then you go 101, 111, 117.
Yeah.
Is where they have 3 picks in a 17.
That'll be my guess.
17 pick spread.
Safety. I say the Jets go with a safety, and that would be nice if they did, because if they got a safety, that's really logical that they would do that to get another young safety. That's what they need.
I am thrilled how the night has gone. I don't think you could have scripted it any better.
And they still have a bunch of picks left.
They do.
And these are quality picks.
Well, you still have a 2nd rounder, and then you have 1 back in the 3rd and 2 early in the 4th.
Those are all quality picks.
Yep.
This is awesome. Again.
By the way, take a look. If you haven't seen it yet, go to the Jets Twitter feed and look at the call when they picked Ahmad Gardner. And the way that Robert Saleh basically started screaming sauce in the bat sauce when he was on the phone with him.
This is the beginning, man. We're not going to be picking in the top 10 anymore, brother. This is it. It's all up to Zach now. It's all up to Zach.
Well, they got him another wide receiver.
It's all up to Zach.
They brought him. You got him 2 tight ends that will help. I still think they're going to grab another offensive lineman to give them some depth.
Yeah, they got to do that.
You brought in hopefully a starting cornerback and a starting defensive lineman. Now, hopefully you add a linebacker.
We need a linebacker and a safety.
Yep.
But definitely, and just thinking about Zach with the weapons he's going to have now, with Elijah Moore and Garrett Wilson running out there with Corey Davis. I mean, how awesome is that?
Yep.
Especially how good Zach looked at the end of last season when he was throwing to Braxton Berrios as his number 1 receiver. And that's when he was looking his best last year, because he was actually maturing. So now he's going to be able to go out there. Oh, boy, I got to tell you, the last piece of the puzzle is they have got to make sure. I mean, it's Becton. He had better.
Yep.
He better make it.
Yep.
He's the last piece of the puzzle now. If he can get back to the point where, and this is comforting to know that the Jets apparently feel confident that he will be their man. even though you kind of felt that would be the case because Joe Douglas likes him so much and he's got an ego like every other general manager. He's not going to give up on him so easily. So I just hope that's the case. Becton better not let this team down. No, I don't want to hear about excuses about injuries. I don't want to hear any more excuses. He better play football. He better play a ton of football. And if he does, we're in great shape. And if he doesn't, then I hope they draft another tackle just in case. All right. Well, Sunday morning is going to be fun. Going over all of their draft picks.
Yep.
And I can't
look. Obviously, we'll need to see how Johnson and others pan out, but it was worth the risk to trade up to get him.
I mean, what risk? You know,
well,
no risk.
If he's not as good as everybody thinks he is, then that's a risk, right?
You know, this is what it's about, man. Just on paper, it's awesome, and this is going to be great. So yeah, and we have to be good, by the way, because how good this freaking conference is. Pathetically, ridiculously tough, but at least we have a very young team. So, like 2 or 3 years down the road, a lot of these other teams, they're not going to be able to they're not going to have the staying power like we will, because we got a young team that's going to be built for 5, 6, 7, 8 years. Where some of these other teams, they're going to start Russell Wilson's not going to be around for, at a peak for more than 3 or 4 more years, that kind of stuff. So this is awesome. This is great.
Yep. Good night so far.
And good night to you. I appreciate it.
Good night to you.
I can't believe we actually did this again. But then again, I like you said, it just kind of felt that way with those 2 early second-round picks that he was going to move up and get somebody. So, all right, I'm going to post this just like I did with our other show, and I'm going to talk to you on Sunday morning. And don't call me back with Joe Douglas moving back up into the first round again.
If he does, I'm still calling.
I know you are. All right, man.
All right.
Talk to you on Sunday.
Later. All right, bye-bye.